This is Fieldsports Channel News. Hunt sabs have attacked a hunt meeting. Eyewitnesses say that around 15 men from the Stockport Monitors Hunt Sabs group were clad in ski masks and balaclavas and armed with hammers, baseball bats and a machete. They arrived in 4x4s and attempted to block a road. One sab armed with a shovel struck a Wednesday Hunt member and damaged the rear of his car. The armed mob then reportedly chased Hunt supporters down the road, attempting to mow down any still on foot. 4 sabs were later arrested. Hunt supporters say that the government's commitment to ban trail hunting legitimises violence like this. The European Commission has announced a 3-year timetable to phase out hunting ammunition. The proposed restriction is intended to reduce lead emissions by more than 3,000 tonnes a year over 20 years following its introduction, which is a reduction of 72%. It claims that the restriction will also avoid IQ loss in around 7,000 children per year. It plans a ban on carrying lead gunshot and bullets. However, the new rules won't apply to playgrounds and rifle ranges, which apply for a licence. Also to the military, to historic firearms and for seal hunting. It plans to increase the phase-out period for ammunition under 5.56 calibre, such as airgun pellets and .22 rimfire, to 10 years. The UK government reached the end of a 12-week response period to proposals by the Health and Safety Executive and is expected to set out its plans for a lead ban shortly. London gunmaker John Rigby & Co is set to celebrate its 250th anniversary in 2025. It plans to mark the occasion with a series of events and launch of new rifles. Rigby will host celebrations aboard HMS Victory and HMS Warrior at Portsmouth Historic Dockyard in England in May 2025. It plans to transform part of HMS Victory, Nelson's flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805, into a Rigby workshop, with live demonstrations by its gunmakers and a cannon salute. Some of its London best rifles will incorporate wood from HMS Victory, plus it will engrave 250 editions of its big game and Highland Stalker rifles to celebrate the birthday.
Like everything we do at Rigby's, we always sort of go over and above to make it as fun, as exciting as possible. So we've discovered with a bit of research that HMS Victory, that national treasure, was ordered in 1758, the same year that Lord Nelson was born, and also John Rigby. So we'll be hosting a 4-day what should we call it, theatrical spectacle of gun making aboard HMS Victory, black tie gala banquets, Spitfire flyovers, cannons being fired, and some good old-fashioned British pomp and ceremony.
A grey squirrel that accidentally arrived on Guernsey by car may have to live out its life in an enclosure if it's caught. A wildlife rescue business from Hertfordshire has been in touch with the Estates of Guernsey Veterinary Office about arrangements for caring for the squirrel if it's captured. Local car dealership Blue Chip took this film of the animal. Grey squirrel release into the wild is illegal, so a wildlife rescuer tells the BBC it will have to be kept in a cage. He added, every animal, no matter what, deserves a chance. Poachers killed 35 rhinos in South Africa's Kruger National Park in January and February 2025. Regional Ranger of Special Operations Bruce Leslie says that the sudden increase in rhino poaching can be attributed to different factors, but mostly to continuous demand by an international market. The 120 rhinos released into Greater Kruger as part of the African Park's Rhino Rewild following the purchase of the John Hume herd of 2,000 animals are not thought to be among the dead. They went to private game reserves on the edge of the park.
Question around, do we have enough manpower? And I think the answer is really simple: never. We will never have enough manpower. So really, if you look at the crime triangle, we have a willing perpetrator, a high value asset, and a guardian. And at this stage, we will never have enough guardians in terms of field ranger assets in the field protecting our rhino.
Malawians have a reason to celebrate Donald Trump cutting US aid. The International Fund for Animal Welfare says it has stopped $5 million worth of projects in southern Africa now that the US taxpayers are no longer covering it. This includes the release of 263 elephants in Kasunga National Park, which has led to the death of 12 people, orphaning 60 children and impoverishing 11,500 people because of elephant crop damage. Locals have killed more than 40 of the elephants. The full story is the subject of a Fieldsports Channel podcast, link below. I4, which turns over $40 million a year, continues to receive funding from the EU. A Purple Heart recipient has shot a nearly 700-pound black bear. The Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries says the 696-pound animal could be a state record after Darren Santini received his permit to hunt it via veterans charity the Healing Road Foundation. The charity raffled off a permit to a Louisiana military veteran. The state governor sent Santini his congratulations. It was the first black bear hunting season in Louisiana since 1987. Thanks for the story to an anonymous Fieldsports Channel viewer who helped fund the hunt. And finally, Belgian festival goers are furious after the government banned an ancient tradition of drinking goblets filled with wine and live fish. For more than 600 years, the town of Gerardsbergen has celebrated the arrival of spring by hosting the Krakelingen Festival, an annual celebration involving costumed parades and ancient rituals. The centrepiece of the festival, which began in 1413, involves local druids throwing ring-shaped bread crackers off the top of the historic Udenberg Hill after drinking wine from a goblet containing live fish. The government has now banned this under a new animal welfare law. Belgium's largest animal rights organisation claimed the practice is cruel and has promised to take legal action against anyone caught drinking the fish. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.